5 weird court cases featuring supernatural beings. Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to our channel. 5 Burchill v. Hermameyer. In 1919, a Mr. Hermameyer was informed by Mrs. Burchill that there was a fortune in oil on her property. All he had to do to get a share of this bountiful oil was to invest in her oil company. He did, putting up $10,000 of his money. That was a vast sum. Why did he have so much faith that oil would be discovered? Mrs. Burchill had been told about the oil by a medium who had learned about the oil from a spirit. Hermameyer sued Burchill to get his money back when the ghostly oil prospector proved to be wrong. No oil was found. Hermameyer contended that his mind was in an abnormal and irrational condition when he believed the spirit, so his money should be returned to him. The court did not agree. 4. McClary v. Estall. In 1895, the Nebraska Supreme Court heard a case involving a will and the influence of ghosts. Elizabeth Hanley was a widow who had strong spiritual beliefs. She was known to consult spirits, including that of her dead husband, using a planchette, a bit like using a Ouija board. When she died, her will was read, and it announced that almost all of her estate was to be sold and the money left to a charity called the Home of the Friendless. Her children sued on the grounds that the will had been made on the advice of the spirit of their dead father. The court found that the will should stand. Law, it is said, is of the earth earthy, and that spirit wills are too celestial for cognizance by earthly tribunals, a proposition readily conceded. And yet the courts have not assumed to deny to spirits of the departed the privilege of holding communion with those of their friends who are still in the flesh, so long as they do not interfere with vested rights, or by the means of undue influence, seek to prejudice the interests of persons still within our jurisdiction. 3. Edward Stribling Shue. There is only one case in the United States where the evidence of a ghost has led to a successful conviction. When Edward Shue's wife, Zona, was found dead at the bottom of the stairs in her house, he moved her to the bed and dressed her in a high-necked collar before the doctor could arrive. When the doctor came, he examined the body, except for the neck and head, which were hidden and which Shue was cradling in anguish. Most accepted the finding that it had been a simple accident. Zona's mother suspected foul play, however. At night, Zona's ghost would come to the grieving mother and tell her what had really happened. The ghost claimed she had been strangled and had her neck broken at the first joint. Zona's mother pushed for an investigation and the dead woman was exhumed. She was found to have been strangled and had her neck broken at just the place the ghost had mentioned. Edward Shue was charged with murder. 2. Hammersmith Ghost Murder. Today, ghost hunters generally go armed only with video recorders when they try to capture a ghost. This was not always the case. In 1804, there were many reports of a spirit attacking people in the Hammersmith area of London. It was said to be a tall man dressed all in white and may have been the restless soul of someone who took their own life. Gangs of men formed to search the streets for the phantom. When Francis Smith saw a man dressed all in white one night, he knew he had found the ghost. He shouted to the ghost, "Damn you, who are you and what are you? Damn you, I'll shoot you." And he did. The bullet hit the ghost in the jaw and knocked him to the ground. Soon it became clear that the ghost was no more than a bricklayer called Thomas Millwood, wearing the white garb that people of his profession always wore. He died on the spot. Smith was brought to trial for murder. 1. Gerald Mayo v. Satan and his staff. Suing the devil is a risky business. One has to assume that the devil has access to all of history's greatest lawyers in his role as ruler of the damned. Still, in 1971, Gerald Mayo, who was a prisoner in Pennsylvania, submitted a case against Beelzebub. According to the lawsuit, the devil was at the root of all Mayo's problems. Satan had on numerous occasions caused plaintiff misery and unwarranted threats against the will of plaintiff that Satan had placed deliberate obstacles in his path and had caused plaintiff's downfall. Because of these actions, Satan and all his evil minions had denied Mayo his constitutional rights. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen, because I'm sure you'll love them.